welcome to today's video. Today, we have some breaking news. Kamala Harris has officially picked Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. So yesterday, we had some news that Kamala Harris had narrowed down her VP picks to Tim Walz and Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania. But now we do know that her running mate is most likely going to be Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. So I don't know how this is going to affect the campaign. I think Tim Walz is pretty popular in his home state, and I think it will increase Harris' popularity in the rest of the Rust Belt, because in the Rust Belt, Kamala Harris does not have popularity at all. Because Biden, he had popularity somewhat in the Rust Belt because of that Scranton, Pennsylvania thing, but Kamala Harris, she needs the Rust Belt, but she did not have any popularity there before, but now she does. But in a debate between Walz and Vance, I feel like Vance would win. And we really can't predict how this is going to go, but I'm going to try and post this video early because I know a lot of big political YouTubers haven't posted a new updated prediction with Tim Walz as the official running mate. So let's just get started with the safe Democratic states. Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, D.C., Maryland, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, Connecticut, Vermont, New York, and Illinois, and Maine's 1st District. Now let's go to the safe Republican states. All of these are not Nebraska's second, but let's also do Nebraska at large. Oh, not Texas. I feel like Texas will be able to go likely. And I'm pretty sure those are all the safe states. So now let's move into the likely Democratic states. These are going to be Colorado, New Jersey, Maine, New Mexico, Minnesota, and I think and New Hampshire. That's good. I feel like it would if Shapiro was the running mate, I feel like Minnesota would just barely go to lean, but since it's Walz's home state, it's gonna go into likely. Now let's do the likely Republican states. These are going to be Texas and Florida. So that leaves us with a couple swing states. I'm actually also going to put Virginia into likely Democrat. But that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 swing states. So we'll go from the most likely to go to either side to the least likely. I think the most likely to go to the Republicans is going to be North Carolina by a lean margin. I'd say around 4 to 5 points. This is because I feel like neither candidate, Walz is actually pretty progressive. I feel like neither candidate is going to have much popularity in the South. Kamala Harris, although she is a 25% black woman, I don't think she has much popularity with black men, and obviously white working class voters in the suburbs of Raleigh or whatever other North Carolina cities there are. But now let's go to the other most Democratic state out of these. I feel like it's going to be Michigan by a lean margin, and then also close is going to be Nebraska's 2nd District. So Michigan, it's close to Minnesota, similar to Minnesota, just less blue than Minnesota. I feel like Walz has a good appeal all over the Rust Belt, which I actually feel like will also make Ohio and Iowa go into likely. That's a possibility, although it's not likely. Now let's do the next most likely state. I feel like it's going to be Nevada, going towards Trump by a lean margin. I'd say 3 points, probably like low lean. I feel like it will go to Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in Nevada. Now let's go to the next most Democratic state. I feel like it's going to be Pennsylvania by a lean margin. I feel like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz do good here, and because it's just a teeny bit more red than Michigan, and I feel like it just barely stays in lean. Now let's go to the final 3 states. All of these are going to go into tilt. Georgia is going to go to Donald Trump and J.D. Vance by a tilt margin. I feel like Kamala Harris does raise a bit of that black female and male vote in the state of Georgia, but just not enough. Now let's go to Arizona, which I also have going to Donald Trump. The reason Arizona is going to be so close is because Kamala Harris uh, is a female, and then a lot of females are going to go to her because of the abortion referendum. But other other voters are going to go towards Donald Trump due to the border crisis. And now we head to our final, and I think it's going to be the closest state, Wisconsin, most likely most likely because Tim Walz it's bordering Minnesota. I'd say it is the most conservative of these Rust Belt states, and that's why I feel like it just barely goes to Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. That puts Donald Trump and J.D. Vance at 278 electoral votes, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz at 260 electoral votes. I don't really think it's going to be an electoral landslide anymore for Donald Trump, but I feel like Donald Trump is most likely favored to win the 2024 presidential election at this point. Thank you for watching today's video. I'll make a thumbnail real quick so I can post this. But yeah, thank you for watching.